Hey guys, basically unloading all the data in my head from this week. Different things have been going on, have a couple different topics of conversation that have been in my mind. Last week, I've had this head cold for, literally it's now going on an actual week. It started with the sore throat, always starts with the sore throat, it's the worst. Starts with the sore throat, goes through that, a little bit of a headache, then a worse headache, then just kind of felt, and then super sore throat and congestion. And so now I'm in congestion mode and still, the throat's kind of scratchy, trying to heal that up. Sinuses are just swollen and crazy. I did go in, I did get tested. It is not the big C and it is not strep. So those were the two things I was worried about. Gave me a Z-Pack, sent me home, said, if it's not better in a few days, we can do an antibiotic in case, we're dealing with sinus infection or some nasty stuff like that. So that's where we are with that right now. And I hate being sick. Absolutely hate it. This is the worst possible thing ever. This is like medieval torture for me because I can't sing. That's what it feels like. It's awful. I hate it. Makes me cranky. Now midweek, so Saturday, midweek, Tuesday, was actually the day that I was feeling the best. Thank goodness, because that was the night of the Kim Dracula Avenged Sevenfold Falling in Reverse concert. I actually only went to see Kim Dracula as the opener and got the cheap seats because, money's tight or whatever, and those fees, Ticketmaster, just infuriating, but worth it. Got to see the show. I cannot even convey, if you don't know who Kim Dracula is, I recommend that you stop whatever it is you're doing right now, download his new album, A Gradual Decline in Morale, and listen to it, beginning to end. It's a concept album, sort of, from all the way through. This is the first time in so many years that I can think of an album or a situation where I just became obsessed, listened to it on repeat, and could not get enough of it. Just wanted to learn absolutely everything about everything. I haven't dove into something like this in literally years. I think it's been since probably the early 2000s, since I have become this just locked on to something. It's incredible. I am so stoked to see the progression that happens with their success. I am ready for whatever comes next. And I know they're just going to be huge. The talent that's there with just music writing in general, vocally, can we even, 5-octave range, I think I read somewhere, lowest of the lows, and then those high squeal screams that go, oh my goodness, it's incredible. And at the concert, one of the most impressive things that I think I've seen on stage, there is a line in the song Undercover. There's a moment where they sing a line, Tasmanian Devil got the voice of the devil. And they screamed it with no mic. I'm in the back. Heard it clear as a bell. Uncanny. I cannot understand how that happened, but it happened. And I was there for it. And it was incredible. Amazing performer. Voice work. If you listen to this album and even just, some of the TikToks and the voice work that I'm hearing, could absolutely go in and just start acting in any capacity. I would love to hear character voiceovers, narrate a book to me, or just absolutely incredible voice, can do such a variety of things. You'll hear that throughout the album, all of the voice work and everything, minus a couple of, I think, female vocals, I believe, if I was gonna say, is all Kim. And talented with instruments. I believe they play drums. I have read that in the article. Revolver, I believe it was Revolver Magazine, has been the only article that I have found so far of any kind of interview with Kim. And if you get a chance, I'll link it down below. Definitely check that article out. It really reveals, their personality and what's happening. So disclaimer, if you've seen any of the videos or you're going to delve in and do any research and everything on this artist, dark subject matter. So, you're going to encounter a lot of, for instance, which video is it? Make Me Famous. There's a lot of depiction of like mass shooting situation and dark imagery, violence and so forth. Not unusual in the metal world and things that, a lot of us alternative folks are familiar with. But there is, and I noticed this when I listened to the album, there was a story there. There was an arc. There is a definite, there's a deepness to it, revolving around mental illness and, these things. And then reading that article in Revolver really opened up my eyes, and I was like, yep, makes total sense. And it's absolute art. In my opinion, art needs to be something that makes you feel whatever that emotion is. If it's happiness, if it's, beauty, if it makes you feel sick, if it makes you feel angry, if it makes you feel sad, if it makes you feel, that is the purpose of art. And this makes you feel things. And it makes you question stuff, and it makes you dig deeper. When I saw the video Superhero, which is the most recent full video that they've done, which I think might be my favorite at this point, it rocked me hard to my core at the end, and I was just stunned, and I stood there, and I had this feeling of what just happened. But then I was also dealing with all of the other emotions and the things that this was bringing up in me and memories that I had of situations that I had dealt with. And it spoke so profoundly about mental illness and this idea that we just be pills. Here's some pills. This is going to fix you. This is what we're going to do. But there's no safety net. We're just going to, here you go. And then you go do your thing. And so I would definitely encourage you to watch the video. It reminds me of the situation between me and my middle son when he was in grade school and we were going through a really rough time. And the first go-to for the psychiatrist is to put him on medication, which ended up turning into an absolute, total, and complete nightmare. I'll save that story for another day. But it very much just all of those feelings and understanding exactly what was happening in this. But the dark imagery that happens, and when, I'm sure with just some people watching that thinking, oh my goodness, how could he put that on the screen? Because this is what we're living in. This is our lives. It speaks to my life. It speaks to their life. It's so relatable. That is art. And I 100% believe that Kim is on a path to really say some things, to really bring something to the fan base that is something new, something profound, and just badass all the way around. The way that they combine genres is genius. I can't think of another word to say it. We go from so many different elements, and they're combined in such a way that if you looked at it, if you broke it down and you like wrote out, okay, da-da-da-da-da, and we're going to go from, this jazzy vibes and horns to trap to just whatever it is, you'd be like, there's no way. You can't do that. That's not going to work. It absolutely works. It works so well. And it's so interesting. Too many songs that lately, I've been going through, and they're all just these cookie cutter, you're just going along, we're not having a chord change. I don't know what we're doing. We're just hanging out in, tonic land. And then, these melodies that span like pentatonic, like 5 notes, and, it's boring. There's a lot out there that is just not, it's not interesting. We're not doing anything new. We're not doing anything different. We're just kind of taking the same thing and muddling through it. This is not that. You are not going to get bored listening to this album. I can't. I keep listening to it, and it's always just, I'm right there with it the whole time. I definitely appreciate all of the vocal delivery, whether it be the screams, the crooning, the high-pitched squeals, the emo kind of power, power voice singing, just all of it. It is incredible. I cannot tell you enough. Run, don't walk. I guess we don't go to the music store anymore, do we? God, I just aged myself pretty badly. Okay, run to your phone and download this on Spotify or Apple Music or whatever your platform is. Go to YouTube, watch the videos, whatever. Yes, run. Okay. Kim Dracula. Amazeballs. You will not be sorry. Leave me some comments down below on what you think of the album. At some point, I would like to sit down and actually do a full analysis and kind of go through the album. It'll be a long video, of course, but sort of break it down and all the things that are going on. Talk about, the elements, the lyrics. Genius. Absolute genius. Gotta listen to it. It's amazing. Absolutely love Kim Dracula. Go check that out. Stay spooky, my friends.